I guess you just kind of start. Hello and welcome to today's presentation that is going to be, I guess we'll call it Christmas themed, more specifically Christmas stuff themed. Before we begin, a very short background on what this list is. As a now retired bike shop mechanic and serial bike tinkerer in my shed, all of these products or ideas stem from something that I would want to have here to make my life easier in one way, shape, or form. So with that out of the way, let's just start and try and make it interesting, should we? To get going and start the list, I am going to use the felt compulsion as an example for I think probably the first 5 products. Number 1 is Allen keys in any form. Whether it's multi-tool, tri-Allen key, or an actual good Allen key set. I know this one almost seems too obvious and it's overlooked generally based on the fact that it's like, oh, well, who's a what's it already has Allen keys, why would they need more? Well, there's particular sizes, 5 and 4, that tend to like to grow legs and walk away for little adventures from time to time, and that can be wildly frustrating when you're working on things. And to keep things moving in a shop, if you've got a home shop, it's nice to be able to just go to your toolbox and grab another set of Allen keys, whichever form they're in. Multi-tools are lovely because you can bring them on a ride and use them in a shop. Though, if you're gonna be working in your like workspace area, you're gonna want something like this, just for that extra leverage and ease of use, or this. Lots of leverage from the 2 sizes here. You'll be able to basically tighten or loosen anything, and you can pretty well get through most of any bike with just one of these. So don't, if you're asking for gifts or you're thinking about getting the cyclist in your life gifts, ever look over a set of Allen keys in whichever form they are. They'll always come in handy, even if it seems like it's overkill. And as a bonus tip, that actually goes for like any screwdriver set or wrench set. Never say no to tools. Number 2, spare shift cables. I know this might seem a little bit of a weird purchase or like a weird stocking stuffer gift for some of you, but if you regularly are tinkering with your bikes, swapping things out, or are just looking for like a good way to really improve the shifting of your bike, a lot of it can be solved with just a nice, fresh, new shift cable. And like going to a bike shop just to buy a shift cable can be a bit of a pain, or might lead to like bigger purchases than maybe what you were wanting. So I can tell you right now, anyone who tinkers on bikes or works on bikes enough that they know how to do this and know how to do it well would appreciate a wild overstock of new, slick shift cables sitting in their workshop waiting to be used at any given moment. And if you're gonna go down this route, make sure you go with either Jaguar, SRAM, or Shimano cables. Don't cheap out. Cheap cables are almost worse than good ones that have been in there for a little while. Seriously, how sick would an entire setup of cable housing, cables, everything, like everything in your home shop be? Possibilities would be endless. Number 3 is also shift cable related, and it has to do with cable housing ends. I think every bike tinkerer's dream would be aluminum cable housing end caps for added stiffness and added reliability, knowing that it's not going to break through like the plastic ones do. A bulk order of these for 4mm cable housing, now those could conceivably improve an entire fleet's worth of shifting performance, just in cable housing ends alone. For a proper set of true cable cutters, whether they're Park Tools branded, Pedro's branded, or from a company like Harbor Freight that you see here. These will make cutting a cable actually cut. Instead of using a set of like side cutters, which can fray cables, this will give you a nice clean cut that you can actually work with later. That satisfying unfrayed cut is worth its weight in gold. I'm linking everything we're talking about here below. That's 4. Rounding up all this pretty cable focused talk with number 5, actual cable ends. The things that go on the end of your cut cable. The same rule applies. Bulk of these make home mechanic happy, because not having these on your cable ends just kind of sucks. Very professional finish, kind of what every home mechanic wants. Otherwise, you're a little self-conscious of your work. With those 5 ideas, plethora of Allen keys and different tools, bulk cables, bulk cable ends, bulk housing ends, and proper cable cutters, you could pretty much make any bike in anyone's fleet feel top-notch at any given moment. Those are just the quick, easy things that I think any home tinkerer would love to be able to take on at any moment's notice without having to worry about having the materials to do it. That's the dream. This bike did not need a shift cable. It was shifting fine. But that's what you do for YouTube videos. Now say you're just like not interested in hooking up the home tinkerer at all, but you still want to get that cyclist in your life, some good old stocking stuffers style stuff. My philosophy here falls into the very same category as receiving underwear and socks for Christmas. You love getting them, you didn't want to buy them yourself, you're real happy that they're under the tree. And one of those things we will call number 6, chain lube. I, for one, am really not crazy about buying chain lube myself, but dang nabbit, I know that bikes are supposed to have it, and that I should be putting it on regularly. Obviously, some people are pickier about chain lubes than others. Trust me, you'll find out if you got it right when whoever you're giving that to receives it. I will use anything. I don't care. 7 on my list, and another thing I hate to have to buy for myself, is bottles. You can never really have enough bottles, and you never want to spend the anywhere from $10 to $15 to $20 on an insulated one for yourself, but to get one, you can't go wrong having extra bottles. They like to disappear, go on their own adventures. Sometimes they never come back. So you gotta keep replenishing the old bottle drawer. Speaking of bottles, number 8 is just a good looking steel bottle cage. This one's called the Inox, I-N-O-X, by 49 North. The better version of this is the King Cage, in my opinion, the best looking bottle cage that you can get on the market. And for bikes like this, ones that you would adventure on, they are the best looking and well enough performing bottle cage that you can get. And I don't want it to be confused that any steel cage like this is the same as this. It's not. King Cage or this 49 North Inox cage. Not necessarily this. Continuing on with the list of things I lose regularly, disguised as a good Christmas shopping list, small hand pumps to take with you on a ride. I would show you the one that I normally use, but I seem to have lost it. I don't know where it is, which is a perfect example of why I think everybody needs extra hand pumps at all times. Now there's better versions of these, the ones that have the flexing head that comes with them, like what I had that I can't seem to find, are the superior option because they won't break the head off of the valve, but something like this will get you out of a jam. Okay, rounding out number 10 of my I lose these and don't want to buy them for myself list is the cleats that go with the pedals that you normally run. I do not like buying cleats. I will run cleats until they're so worn that you can't even get your feet out of the pedals. And even then, I probably won't go buy a set. But as a Christmas gift, if it showed up in a stocking or was in a gift, I'd be swapping out the cleats that are on my shoes at any given moment. If you can find out what cleats to get for the person who's on your list, that's just another one of those things that they're gonna be like, yes, change my cleats now and have way better pedal engagement. It's all little stuff that no one really wants to buy and really improve the experience of going out riding. Okay, that's the end of my Christmas list. If you want a much better done version of this, go check out Russ at Path Less Pedaled. He goes over a bunch of specific products, things that he's reviewed in the past, things that he used. And if you're looking for more than just ideas and you're looking for actual products that someone might be interested in, that's the place to be. All right, Merry Christmas, even though it is December 5th, 6th when this is uploaded.